Hello, my name is Kainton, and today's class will be Introduction to Entity Framework and MVC for absolute beginners and how to use it in Visual Studio. So the objective is to have something like this. Could you believe that this was created in a few minutes and without writing a single line of code? Yes, I did it. For this tutorial, we are going to do exactly what you are seeing here. We are going to build this app without writing a single line of code. And that is what Entity Framework with MVC is all about. So before I continue, let me just tell you what is Entity Framework. Entity Framework is a Microsoft tool that allows you to map your database tables to classes in your .NET application. So it's called ORM. ORM means Object-Relational Mapping. So you are mapping database tables to classes in .NET. So what we see here is a table. In a database you have tables, and now in application you have classes. So you can actually generate your classes from the table, or you can generate database table from classes. So when you have a database table and you want to generate classes and of course pages, then you have what is called database first, right? You have database first. Don't get it correctly. This is Entity Framework database first, means you have database tables and you are generating .NET classes in C#. The second one is the code first. In this case, you have the classes already written and you want to generate your database. In any way, any of them you have, you can generate the other one. And that is why it is called Object-Relational Mapping, ORM. And that is what Entity Framework is all about. Now, where does MVC come? MVC comes to help you create the web pages from this database and the classes. So MVC means Model View Controller. MVC stands for Model View, the view, and then Controller. What it means is that you have your model that corresponds to your data, and then you have the view that corresponds to the web pages that the user sees, or what the users actually see. And the controller is what ties the two together. So the logic that takes data from the database and sends it across to the view or the HTML pages is called the controller. So let's just get started by using Visual Studio, and then we start building this application. This is what exactly we want to achieve. Since I have time constraint, I'm going to start this in the next tutorial. So what you are going to do, click on subscribe, and then let's move to tutorial 2 to actually do this using Visual Studio and Microsoft SQL Server without writing a single line of code.